Yeah. Check it out. 2020 vision. Remy in the system. Eminem edition. Yak and mom spaghetti in the kitchen. The last time me and Tab was in the kitchen, it was black roses. Now we back to study the soil that the plant grows in. The can is open, the plan is unfolding. The whole planet is planted home, panic and frozen. Global pandemic, and Bill Gates planned everything. You can ask Reddit. Shit, forget it. You ass betted that stimmy check. And now you got bad credit plus interest. Congrats, you've been finessed. And now your ass broke without a penny left and begging for another handout. What will they think of next?
Good morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain, your favorite cryptomaniac's favorite cryptomaniac, the original boomer on the networks. I'm not talking about age, guys. Forget about the meme. We've been booming before that even became a meme. Bitcoin booming out here. Adrian Kent is in the box, and the rest of the cryptomaniacs are pouring in as Ether warms up. Ether on the rise. 3K. Ether's pulling ahead of Bitcoin and Binance. We got to keep an eye on the fastest horses, and it appears like Ether is becoming a faster horse. We want to talk about what it may do here. Certainly an interesting time here for the Ethereum maniac. Shout out to Ernestina. Shout out to Rapture Man, the rest of the boomers tuning in. Make sure you hit all the buttons, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Button it up out there, boomers. Button it up. Indeed. Shout out to all the maniacs showing love on that intro song that I've been playing. That one's unreleased, and it will be released for streaming soon. And I'll drop you guys the link as soon as that is available. But enjoy it. I bought my first ETH because of you, champ, back in 2016. Wow, nice. Back in 2016. That's good. Probably 2017, because I think I started streaming early 2017. So somewhere around there. But yeah, awesome. And congratulations. I like ETH. I've always said I like ETH. And, I got a baggie there. Most recently, Binance has pulled ahead. So, I've been riding that train. But I recognize the value here of ETH. And, ETH has that first mover advantage. Everything that the smart contract protocols are doing is trying to compete with ETH. And ETH being that innovator, the Aves, the makers, the DAIs, all those things is what these altcoins, these smart contract platforms are trying to mimic and do better. And some have, they've done, faster transaction, more capacity, etc. But, those ideas, the smart contract, the whole thing there is an Ether thing. So, if Ether can actually improve its protocol with this EIP 16, whatever they're proposing, there's still value there. And I've said that, one could argue that Ether is arguably more valuable than Bitcoin. Why? Because all the coins that it has under it, everything from Chainlink to wrapped BTC to all these other protocols and altcoins that are within that Ethereum umbrella. If you add them all up, you could argue that it's worth more than Bitcoin. Now, do I have more Ether than Bitcoin? No. I mean, Bitcoin still remains number one here in my book, but I see the value that Ether is proposing here, this Ethereum virtual machine, and let's see what they could do. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up the charts and whatnot, show you guys. Let me turn off these coins. I was reading this article over here on CoinDesk. Ether's price rally above 3.2K appears spot driven, boding well for further gains. Ether spot driven rally is primarily due to excitement around the impending Ethereum improvement 1559 upgrade. I don't know exactly what that upgrade is going to entail. And, they got upgrades here and there, and they've been talking about the Casper, the Plasma, the, ETH 2.0. And, these things have been promised. And honestly, I haven't seen much improvements with the Ether. Okay. The fees are too damn high. If you ask me, I'm not using Ether as of late. I got a little baggy, and I will continue to look at Ether. It's here to stay. Impact so many users. They don't impact the whales as much as they do the layman. Okay, these whales that are getting in with hundreds, millions of dollars, they're gonna pay the same fee that the minnow that's doing $100 transactions gonna be paying. Okay, so if you're coming in with 6-7 figures, it doesn't impact you as much as a small fry. Okay, so and I've said this before, Ether appears to be like the country club for the whales of crypto. And you got to pay the fee to get in there. And it kind of raises the stake. If you're going to do something on Ether, it makes it a little bit more permanent. Now I'm looking at the charts, Binance against Ethereum, because, again, Ether's cute. And again, it has pulled up on Binance the past 7 days, about 8 to 9%. But, what I'm looking at is the fastest horse here in this bull run. And also in the bear run, Binance has been that coin. Now, it is falling behind against Ether, like I said, this past 7 days, but you can see it's already back on the rise right now. It's currently there at 0.21 Ethereum. Now, you ask me, I think by closer to a half of Ether, if you ask me. But right now it's down. The technicals are reading sell. This is the first time I've seen it read sell there in a long time, probably all bull run. Moving averages are neutral. 1 week projections are still buy. So, if you're a Binance maniac, this may be a buy the dip opportunity, or this could be a completely a trend switch where now we can see Ether maybe run up to $5,000 or $10,000. I'm going to keep an eye on it, and I'll tell you, I think that in the next 1 to 2 weeks, it is possible that Ether may move faster than Binance, and because of that, I may be adjusting my strategy on what I do this week. And what I'll tell you guys what I'm considering. Let's keep looking here. Binance against BTC is doing well. So right now, what we're looking at is who's pulling up on ETH right now. Let's look at these CoinGecko numbers and switch it over to ETH. See who's really moving on ETH. And here on the past 24. So, the ones that are really moving and grooving right now, obviously are waves. How about Venus? Venus is a BNB coin. And, I think Venus is a monster of a platform, but they're really doing well today. I don't understand why. It's most of the things on the Binance platform. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at Cardano. I think it's going to stick around. And they're doing something over there in, I think, Nigeria or somewhere in Africa. And it looks like they got a lot of stuff rolling on. Let's be honest. I think that Ether, Binance, Cardano, Polkadot, they're all pretty much quality coins that I think they have a lot to offer. You're just going to see moments in weeks that, other coins pull ahead of, each other. Listen, you can't win every single week. Not even Michael Jordan won every game. He lost a couple games. There was a couple weeks he was down, but he's still the champion. So, keep an eye on these coins, and, Binance may be down this week against ETH. I mean, it's still up against the USD, but, it's up 5% against the USD while Ether's up 7.5%. So Ether is still moving faster. Ether, guys. Again, I don't know exactly what is being proposed in EIP 1559, which is the improvement protocol that's about to be implemented or voted on. I heard rumors of Uniswap version 3 coming out, which is going to be a whole new thing there for version 3 of Uniswap. We saw Cake do version 2 last week, and it really improved their price. Uniswap being the first mover advantage with the automated market makers. Let's see what they do. So, let's see. All these Ether coins are doing well. Now, what my strategy is, I'm going to keep a close eye here. Let me go back to this BNB ETH. You know that I'm staking Cake. I'm staking Binance. I have, I have a stake over there in the Binance platform, and I have farms and things that are, and assets that are paying me rewards. Now, for the most part, I have been reinvesting those rewards back into the BNB chain, specifically Cake. I haven't really been selling Cake rewards, but what I'm considering now after reinvesting so much is starting to sell those Cake and Bunny rewards, and maybe start buying Ether. And you could buy ETH there on BNB, and you could stake it there in Venus, or you could, LP it up. And then if you ultimately want to take it off the BNB chain, you could do it decentralized through ThorSwap. I told you guys ThorSwap being the first automated market maker that's cross-chain. You could swap Binance for Ether for Bitcoin, and I'm talking about the native coins, not the wrapped BTC on Ether, not the BTCB on Binance. I'm talking about swapping the real Binance into the real Bitcoin wallet. Okay, so keep an eye on Thor Rune, RUNE. I've talked about it there, and ultimately, that's something that it's part of the toolkit over here now. There's other ones, Swap Space, that's more centralized. I got a link for that down below. If you have other coins you want to swap, that's more of a centralized exchange. They also offer the service. It's all right. They shop over there, GoDex, Change Jelly, Change Now, etc. So let's keep an eye on that. So that's going to be my strategy. I'm going to keep an eye on this BNB against ETH. If it's sell, Okay, if it's sell, I'll be selling my rewards, what I'm earning on BNB, and probably consolidating them this week into ETH. You could go ahead and pair it with Binance, with Bitcoin, with USDT. You can LP up, or you can do single asset staking in Venus. And maybe the end of the week, depending on how things go, I can go ahead and consolidate that bag and ultimately move it back to the ETH chain or not. I got to keep an eye on what's going on with ETH. Now, again, there's a rumor of improvement. Protocol 1559 that's going to roll out soon. I don't know exactly what that entails, but sooner or later I do expect maybe Ether to do 2.0. I don't think it's going to be this month or next month, but let's talk about that. If Ether does improve its gas and its capacity and its transaction fee, these other chains need to watch out because, Ether here, it's got that mover advantage. It's more decentralized than all the other bigger smart contract platforms, especially Binance. And you can see that there is a demand for decentralized smart contract platforms that move fast. That's why we've seen things like Matic, like Solana, and others move so fast. Even Tron, but if ETH can make it happen, which it's a possibility, I would expect them to boom. So there's a lot of talk of ETH going to 5,000, and ultimately there's people saying ETH is going to go to 10,000. I don't know about all that, but a $10,000, a $5,000 price doesn't seem impossible. Let's look at them compared to BTC. Ether right now is about a fifth of a BTC. 0.053. Its all-time high against Bitcoin, I believe it's 1.0 or 0.1, excuse me, a tenth. All-time high 0.14. It says all-time high 4 hours ago. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't see it here on the chart. But about a 15th, let's say. That could be it. Ether could be worth about maybe a quarter Bitcoin. At the top, I don't know. Is it worth half a Bitcoin? I don't think so. I don't know. But look, on the other hand, for those ETH maniacs that say, oh, ETH one day will flip Bitcoin and all that. Listen, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I do see the argument that ETH is very valuable. I mean, it has a lot of coins, guys. I mean, not shit coins either. It's got the chain links. It's got the makers, the compound, the Aves, and these are, innovative crypto solutions, crypto protocols. So FYI, Grayscale has an ETC trust as well as an ETC. It's an easy money right now. Yeah, that's another one that I'm keeping an eye on. Ethereum Classic. If Ether runs up, maybe Ether Classic will just ride the coattails of ETH. Namakon's been DCing into Ether Classic. Yeah, I understand the strategy. I don't think it's a bad strategy. I mean, ultimately, maybe it gains more weight than Ether. I don't know. Excuse me. Now, I don't have any ETC, and I do have a bag of Ether. Now I'm thinking of maybe getting more. Getting these rewards and start collecting more ETH. We'll see. People sleeping on ETC, much cheaper, will do some serious number. ETC will be at least 10% of ETH. Yeah, I see that strategy. I can't disagree with you, Namakon. I like your reasoning. I'm not really taking that angle, but it makes sense. I can see that ETC angle. I'm not mad at ETC. Actually, I've tried that angle before. Like I would say, maybe 5-6 months ago, I remember ETH moving a lot. And I tried to do an ETC play thinking the same thing that you're saying. And ultimately it didn't work out for me. It wasn't the right time, but maybe it does this time. So let's see. So that's what's going on. Let's look at our faves here. Cake, our fave. I got a nice bag of cake over there that I'm staking and it pays the rewards. Although, the price of cake is kind of slowed down, but it had an awesome run up. And the APYs, while they've gone up to auto compounding directly with Pancake on the syrup pool, the Bunny, which was the one that I've been using, the Cake single asset staking at one point was up over 300%. But ever since they upgraded the V2, I've seen that APY go down. Right now it's more like 220, which is still worth it to me. But I would like it closer to 300. And going back to my strategy, I'm going to continue to stick in that farm. And, all last week I was reinvesting. This week I'm strongly considering, and probably that's what I'm going to do, take all the rewards and just, probably buy ETH. And you could get on Binance, you could get that ETH and do something else. You could stake it on Auto Farm, Cryptos, or you could put it on Venus. There's a lot of things you could do with it. And maybe hold that for the week and, reconvene at the end of the week, see what we're going on, and see if I want to really keep that ETH into the native chain, or maybe, keep it on Binance or not. We're gonna see. We're gonna keep an eye on it. But I'm not dumping, the cake farm or anything like that. I will sell some rewards though. Why not? My Cryptonomicon did sell some cake and bought ETC and GVT. Which one's GVT? Genesis Vision. I've heard of this one. It's been a while. Genesis Vision. This one sounds... Why does it sound scammy to me? Like, it sounds like one of those... I'm just saying, like, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I could be wrong, though. The Word of Social Trading. No, I don't know this one. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll leave it up and see if anybody else talks about it. Went hard on GVT2 champ. Check out the stats. I'll keep an eye on it. Okay, 4 million there, circulating supply, and this was an Ether token. I'll leave it up. Let's see what else is trending out here. T-Fuel doing all right. Rune is doing good. I'm telling you, this Rune platform is the real deal. Okay, because I use it. Now, I don't know what the price is going to do, but I always pay attention to platforms that I come back to use. If I'm using it a few times and I'm actually using it, it's providing value to me, I keep a real close eye on it because, that's a tell. Alpha's doing good. EPS, T-Fuel, okay. See if there's any deals and steals. Matic is down. For all those that, were on that Matic train. There was a lot of FOMO into Matic and Phantom. Now that Ether's booming, now everybody's running back to Ether. XVX is down, even though I saw them up on CoinGecko and Solana. So, those Ether alternatives right now, Matic, Phantom, Solana, they're all on discount. So, you could try to FOMO into Ether and ride that trend that appears to be rising, or, you could go ahead and go the other route and just try to buy the blood. Now, let's look at these technicals against BNB. Solana still reads buy. Matic, buy. Phantom, buy. Cryptonomicon bought the dip on Matic, long-term play. Yeah, listen, I keep, I'm always reminded about the time I talked to Hoskinson, Charles Hoskinson, years ago. The video's up here on the channel somewhere. And, we had a nice conversation. And I remember him explaining to me, and he said, listen, Ethereum, upgrading Ethereum, or was it Hoskinson that said that? Now I'm kind of losing my, or was it Dan Larimer? Excuse me. Let me go ahead and say, I think it's either Hoskinson or Dan. I never spoke to Dan, but I have spoke to Hoskinson, so it's one of the two. So excuse me if I'm incorrect here. But the message that I'm trying to communicate here is that it was explained by either Dan or Charles that improving Ethereum would be comparable to trying to change a engine in a moving car. And so imagine, a car's moving and you got to change the engine out in a moving car. It's next to impossible. And that was what was explained. I don't know if that was from Dan or from Charles. I'm kind of not remember clearly right now. I know they're both crypto OGs, but forget about who it was from. The point being is that, that's what was explained, and it makes a lot of sense, right? So he's like, the chances of actually doing it with ETH is going to be a mission. But that was the analogy. Yeah? Try to remove and change the engine in a moving car, not even a parked car. Imagine the engine's, the car's moving, and now you got to change the engine out. You know, so he said, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, you know, and that's why they've gone in other routes. You know, Dan's there with EOS. You got Charles with Cardano, and they ultimately have their own blockchains or whatnot. So, that being said, you know, even if it's that much of a mission, don't forget that they have a first mover advantage. And don't forget that there's a lot staked on this platform. So they may come up with a solution. Okay. You know, it's not impossible. Okay, it's not impossible to change an engine in a moving car. It's maybe very almost impossible, but I don't say it is impossible. It can't. It's not. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it. Okay, there's got to be a way to do it, and you know, there's a lot of staked on it. And probably someone will come up with a solution. That's a lot of work. Yeah. It was changing an engine in a flying plane. I don't know. I think it was on a moving car, but now Marlon's raising the stake. Now it's a flying plane. I doubt it was a flying plane, but you know what? Let's raise the stakes here. It was a flying plane. It was a jet. Forget it. It wasn't even the jet. It was the space station. EOS gonna do some numbers too, champ. People sleeping on Larimer. I think the OG coins are gonna do all right. You know, the ones that have been around. The ones that have been around. And that was Dan throwing foot on ETH to a certain extent, but I think there's some truth there, though, Marlon. There's some truth there because I mean, look. We've been promised these improvements with ETH, and you know, look how long they've taken. Now, again, I'm not the techie, and I don't know how long things are going to take, and really that doesn't really matter. The truth is that the trend is up right now, and the price is looking sexy. So you know, we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to keep a strong eye on it, and that's what's going on. What ultimately, you know, these other platforms will do, I don't know. Right now, the trend is on ETH, and it has been for the past week. ETH is pulled up on Binance over 8%. In the past week. So there we go. And I expect maybe this week for it to run up well. You know, I don't know. I told you my strategy here is I'm strongly considering claiming rewards and buying ETH. And that's it. They told Elon Musk he could not build the battery for electric cars, says Rafterman. Yeah, I don't know about that or what's going on. But, you know, when it comes to Elon, I don't even know what to say, whether he's for real or not, or whether they are allowing him or they don't. I have no idea, Rafterman. You know, when it comes to Elon, I think there's something that doesn't add up there. But, you know, I don't got the answers and I really don't care. The bags are being pumped. Matic is to thank for this, brought all the people back to ETH, says AKD. You think? Really? I don't know. You know, maybe. Yeah, you know, that's a big statement. I don't know if I can agree with it, but you know, perhaps. Just go back to ETH over here, guys, against BTC. ETC or no, ETH against BTC. There it is. And I would expect ETH, yeah, strong buy against Bitcoin. Look at that. Strong buy on the week, and then the 1 day and the 1 week, and even the 1 month. So yeah, look, Ether's going to do right. This ETH run was long overdue. I agree, Namicon. I agree. I think it was long overdue. I think it's not just Matic. You know, I don't think Matic is what brought all the people back to ETH. You know, I think Matic did well, and you know, it was a good thing. I have nothing against Matic, but right now, I think that, you know, I agree with Namicon. This is kind of a overdue. And, you know, what you're seeing here is a trend of institutions getting into Bitcoin. Ever since, you know, Muskie said it was okay to buy Bitcoin, now, you know, the institutions are buying BTC. It's only a matter of time before one of these people, whether it be Musk or somebody else, say, you know what? And by the way, I also bought a bag of Ethereum. And with Ethereum, it's much more than just your, you know, pet crypto rock. Like Bitcoin, you know, it's kind of like a pet rock. There's not much you could do with it. You hold it there and you hodl. You hodl. There's no smart contracts. There's not much to do. Now with Ether, you could press buttons. And, you know, it becomes a little bit more interactive. And because of that, I feel like Ether's still undervalued. And not just Ether, all smart contract platforms. If ETH can't get scaling right, these ETH rivals will go ham. And they have been. So, you know, there's definitely, I think smart contract platforms is just overall a growing space. Whether it be ETH, Matic, Binance, I think overall it is a huge space that has a lot of potential for growth, it's going to grow more. And there could be an argument that ultimately smart contract platforms, the market cap for smart contract platforms may be greater than Bitcoin itself. So I don't know, and I'm not going that far. I'm not trying to compete. You know how I am. Whether it be Bitcoin, ETH, Binance, I'm looking for the fastest horse and the one that's going to retain value for the longest time. So they all sound pretty sexy. Good morning, Electric Buddha. I see you out there. They told Steve Jobs he could not get the screen on cell phones to be interactive. He did it. What I'm saying is, if there's a will, there will be a way. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and especially there's so much money stake. Perhaps they will come up with a solution. Marlon says he's confident ETH will scale and work fine, but fees will be so high, common people and current no-coiners won't be able to use it. A 10K ETH would mean continued high fees. ETH and BTC will remain money for the rich, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Marlon. It seems like, ETH, BTC, this is kind of like the country club now. You know what I mean? Like, you either got in or you didn't. And, the whales are already, they can afford it. The whales can afford it to do an ETH transaction. What's $100, $200 for them? So it's kind of like that's the crypto country club now. You got to pay the fee. You got to pay. You got to pay to play. And in a way, it kind of makes it more exclusive, So it is what it is, guys. ETH is 3K, making ETC look severely undervalued. Yeah. You've been saying that, and I somewhat agree with you, Namakan. I don't think you're wrong in your thought process there. Champ, don't sleep on Rainy. This one will fly. Check it out. Never heard of that one. ETC to 100 to 300 by end of this bull run. Let's see. Look, it makes a lot of sense what you're saying, Namakan. It's just I'm a little weary because I was thinking that 5-6 months ago in the last run, and I bought a bag of ETH Classic and it didn't work out for me. But hopefully it does this time because the thought process is something that I seem to agree with. Kaboom! Thank you so much for the 2 USD. Rafterman, I appreciate that so much. Guys, if you're getting value from the stream, drop a couple ducats here in the buckets. I know you guys aren't broke. You guys can't be broke out there. It's the bull run. If you're a broke boomer listening, you can't. First of all, you can't be a broke boomer. But if you're broke listening to the champ, I don't know what to tell you guys. You know what I mean? Like, if you've been listening to the champ for some time now, you can't be broke, especially in this bull run. Wilson says, my main go-to for cake. Cake is still strong. Like I said, the rewards and the price are holding steady, so I'm happy with it. Kaboom. Thank you so much there, Rafterman. I'll take a few more comments and questions, but I just wanted to talk about ETH and let you guys know, it's trending, it's there, don't sleep on it. We keep an eye on the ones that are trending and pulling up. And furthermore, these other ETH coins, the makers, the Aves, those coins that are OG ETH coins are probably going to stick around. Synthetics, So I wouldn't sleep on that. And then for some reason we got Venus over there just booming. This is BNB. I don't know what's going on with Venus, but here you go. Shout out to Squares catching me live today. Indeed, thank you for stopping by. I'll take a few more comments and questions here, guys. But I'm strongly considering here continue to accumulate this ETH bag. It's pulling up on some of these other altcoins, and we like ETH. Do I use it as much? Not really, but listen, I got a bag, and it is what it is, guys. ETH, we've been saying it for a long. Even coming up into this bull run, I always was saying, ETH, make sure you got your 32 ETH. It's only recently that I saw that change with Binance, and I rode that train, and I'm glad I did. But that doesn't mean ETH can't do some numbers here. Just dropped you some BAT. Phantom on fire with these new DEXs, Spirit Swap and Spooky Swap. Shout out to Booty. Yeah, Buddha. I said Booty. Electric Buddha. Thank you so much. I appreciate that BAT. And I saw Spirit Swap. I think it was you or someone else that, had brought it to my attention. And I've seen more people talk about it. So it definitely appears legit. Thank you so much for that BAT, Buddha. And pause on the booty. I like my baguette of ETH, says Rafterman. Yeah, I can't be mad at ETH. Shout out to Ernestina with the 5 British pounds. Don, yes indeed, Rainy corn. I got my bag stuffed. Rainy. Let me look at that real quick. Let's see if you guys are shilling or what's going on over here. I've never heard of that one. It's a little guy. It's a little small fry, little guy over here. It's up. Rainy coin. Deflationary NFT farming token, which allows holders to mint limited edition NFTs and trading cards. Trading card game. Okay. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Shout out to Don from the Netherlands. An NFT universe. Okay. Nice UI. I'll keep it up. Boom. All right. Champ, I might be late on this one, but I got into Auto Farm 2 days ago, into the BNB Auto Farm, and it's been booming. Yeah, that's a boomer, Marlon. I was in that a long time ago, and I made some good gains on it. And that's another one that if I wasn't maybe in the cake, I'd probably be in that one. I just, you got to pick and choose which one, but that one's a boomer. That was a pretty solid one. Autos is a boomer. I like Auto. But yeah, if you like those rewards, I wouldn't sleep on just a single asset cake there on Pancake Bunny, and then also Bunny against BNB LPs they're doing pretty well. Theta will be utilized to lead the streaming wars in the next year or two. Yeah, we like Theta, Namicon, and we've been in and out of that one. I had a node, I had the T-Fuel node, I had the Theta node, but ultimately I dumped it because Cake was paying more, and so was Binance, and I'm not mad at that. And, I do expect Theta to do some numbers, and I know they're going to do their improvement there next month or the beginning of July, I think the end of June. And let's see. I think I got good things, good expectations for Theta, and it's one that I'm attracted to as a streamer, as a media guy. I think I hope it does well. So, am I holding the bag right now? No, but I can get back in it. Guy's Life says, I'm in Auto BNB. Okay. Auto BNB. Okay. Yeah. We just talked about that. Auto treat me well. Auto's done well. And then, Bunny. Hey, Crypto's got some good rates as well. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Keep the stream more like 30 minutes and tell you guys to also don't slip and don't sleep on exercising. I just came back from the gym. You guys know I joined a new gym recently, and there's no masks, and it's great. I'm so excited, and I feel like at home, and I feel good, So I'm back with the deadlifts. I'm back with the heavier weight, and I encourage you guys, whether it be doing deadlifts or heavy weight, or if you guys want to be cardio bunnies, running around on the stepper or the treadmill, do something. I'm not necessarily promoting the cardio bunny stuff, but it's better than being at home eating Cheetos. So, Goose can make a comeback. Let's see. I liked Goose. I was there for a while. Made some gains. Shout out to Adrian. I see you out there. 2 thumbs up. Shout out to Don, Jared, and the rest of the boomers. All right, guys. I'm going to be out of here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay strong. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest champagne crypto. Thank you for tuning in.